Alright, Shalom, this is your brother Shamar from Phoenix. With that being said, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAHSHI, BAHASHAM, RAWCHAA, QUADASH. Double honor to the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutation to your brothers out there doing this work in truth and sincerity. And real quick, I want to get into a lesson about works, man, our faith and works. Our faith and works, go hand in hand in this truth. You can't have one without the other, man. It's according to the scriptures that we must produce works, and according to the scriptures that we must back those works up by faith, man. This I'm going to get Titus 3:8. This is a faithful saying, and these things I will that thou affirm constantly, that they which have believed in Yahweh might be careful to maintain good works, man. So it's a faithful saying that we maintain good works, that we constantly strive to do works, man. That we constantly strive to keep our hand on the plow, man. To push this word. I'm going to read that back. So this is a faithful saying, and these things I will that thou affirm constantly. So we're supposed to affirm this constantly. We're supposed to push this constantly. We're supposed to always, be about this, man. That's what it says, affirm constantly, that they which have believed in Yahweh, then who is that talking about? That's talking about the men out here doing the work, the men that get hired for their labor, man, that get hired to work for that penny. That they which have believed in Yahweh might be careful to maintain good works. These things are good and profitable unto men. So these things are good and profitable unto us, man. Us doing this work, everything that the Most High commands us to do is for our benefit as a people. It's for our benefit. It's to empower us. It's because this word was given unto us, man. Just like this earth is going to be given unto the elect. So all the commandments that YAHAWAHSHI has given unto his people for the benefit of his people, because we are his chosen people. So all things that are given unto us, even going into captivity and even being under the curses, this is to the benefit of the nation of Israel, because we need to learn how to properly obey our power, how to be in fear of the Most High. That's why the Most High put these curses on us, man. Because what does the scripture say, man? He was chastised like he does his own son. So that's love right there, man. That's love, and that's profitable unto us. With that, I want to get Titus 1:9, and it says, holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught. And that's what we got to do, man. We've been taught this faithful word. We've been taught this word by the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Starting from Elder Tahar on down to the brothers, Elder Tahar, Elder Gabar, Elder Ramlab, Elder RAWCHAA, on down to the brothers in the camps. We've been taught this faithful word, man. Holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine. That's very important, man. Sound doctrine, man. A lot of these camps out here, they don't have sound doctrine, man. If they're not preaching the doctrine, 100% doctrine of GMS, they don't have the sound doctrine, man. So it's very important, man. It's only speaking to a particular group of men, the men that want, and back in those ancient times, it was only speaking to the men that had the 100% doctrine. And at these times, once again, it's speaking only to the men that have the 100% doctrine, which those men happen to be under the umbrella called GMS, man. Holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. So that's how we go against these scoffers and these scorners out here, man, that come up to the highways and hedges while we holding camp. By what? By using sound doctrine, by bringing out the milk of the word, by bringing out the meat of the word. If you're on that level, by learning and growing in this truth. And why do we learn and grow in this truth? To be defenders of the gospel, man. I'm gonna get that real quick. This is Philippians 1:17, says, but the other of love, talking about, preaching YAHAWAHSHI, knowing that I am set for the defense of the gospel. So Paul knew that he was set to defend this gospel, man. That's why he wrote these epistles through the Spirit. And that's why this ammunition is given unto us, these men in the last days doing the work, to defend this gospel, man. Going back to Titus 1:9. Going back to Titus 1:9, holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and convince the gainsayers, man. So there nothing can come against his word, man. And nothing can come against the 100% doctrine that that we have. You know, and if you're called to do this work, then that's a precious thing, man. And you gotta take that as a serious office, man. Whether you be a new brother in the truth or brother that's been there for a while, you gotta take it with a serious you gotta take that as a serious office, a serious position that you've been called to be a part of, man. And and the weight of it and the burden of it is heavy. You know, this is the precious word of YAHAWAHSHI, man. You know, and that's why we have to have these works. You know, the Lord gave us the money. We got to, you know, the money is the knowledge, wisdom, understanding. We got to turn that. We got to work for it, man. We got to turn that money into works. We got to take our money to the exchangers. You know. And with that, I'm gonna get James 2:17. Slakia. This is James 2:17. And it says, even so, faith, if it has not works, is dead, being alone. So you just can't be saying, I believe, I believe, I believe. You got to back that up with action, man. You know, you got to back up everything you do, everything you say was action. You can proclaim the name of YAHAWAHSHI all day, but if you have no works to back that up, then it is dead, man. You know, you can tell someone you can say your car is broken. You can say, yeah, I'm gonna fix my car, but you never fix it. You never go into action to fix that car, and that car's not gonna run. You know, so faith without works is dead, man. There needs to be action implemented behind the words and the things that we say and the things that we believe. We'll read verse 18. Yea, a man may say, thou hast faith, and I have works. Show me thy faith without thy works, and I will show thee by faith by my works. So basically, what Paul's saying, man, I'm proving to you that I'm living what I'm talking about, man. You know, and with that, I'm gonna get 1 Corinthians 9:14. This is 1 Corinthians 9:14. And it says, even so has the Most High ordained that they which preach the gospel shall live of the gospel, man. So those that preach the gospel, the good news, we have to live by the words that we preach, man. We have to have works by the words that we preach, by the things that we believe in, by the things that we talk about, the precepts that we bring down the highways and hedges. We have to live by those words, and that requires that we do work, man. I'm going to read that again. It's 1 Corinthians 9:14. Even so has the Lord ordained that they which preach the gospel should live of the gospel, man. So there it is right there, plain and simple, man. You know, you need to have works to go along with your faith, man. You know, plain and simple. With that, I want to get Philippians 2 and 3, I think it is. This is Philippians 2 and 3. It said, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory. So that's another thing about doing these works, man. You know, we don't do these works for vainglory. We don't do these works to puff ourselves up, man. You know, we do these works because we're following the commandment of YAHAWAHSHI, because we want to do the will of our Father. We want to be about our Father's business. We don't do these works for strife or vainglory, man. You know, we do to be above another brother, or to get some kind of clout for ourselves. You know, we do these works humbly. That's why it says right here, let nothing be done through strife or vainglory, but in lowliness of mind let each esteem other better than themselves. And that's exactly what doing these videos and going on the highway in hedges, that's exactly what it does, man. We esteem each other better than ourselves, man. We showing our love for that brother to the left and right of us holding the line. You know, there's no greater one than the other, man. We are all the same body. The only one that should be exalted and praised is YAHAWAHSHI. I'm going to keep on going. So look not, verse 4 said, look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others. So that's talking about the brotherhood, man. That's the spirit to have in this brotherhood. That's the mind to have. And the scripture is going to tell you that. Let his mind be in you, which is also in Meshiach YAHAWAHSHI. So that's the way our big brother YAHAWAHSHI thought, man. That's the way he thought. That was his mentality. And we have to be of the same mentality. We're not supposed to look not every man of his own things, but every man also on the things of others. So having that true brotherhood, man, is the mentality that we're supposed to have. Because why? YAHAWAHSHI had the mentality, man. With that, I want to get Matthew, the 5th chapter. This is Matthew, the 5th chapter. Start at verse 13. And it says, ye are the salt of the earth, but if the salt had lost its savor, wherewith shall it be salted? It is thenceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and be trodden under the foot of the men. We're the salt of the earth, man. We are the men that the Lord has given this knowledge, wisdom, understanding to. So we have to go out there and teach that. We have to teach what we've been taught. We have to pass on what we've been taught to like-minded men. And if you don't do that, then you're like a salt that lost its savor. You're good for nothing because you ain't doing nothing what was given unto you. You're pretty much useless, man. It is therefore good for nothing but to be cast out and be trodden under foot of men. Ye are the light of the world. And why what is the light of the world? Because we've been given the light. We've been given this truth. That what makes us the light of the world, not of anything of our doing, not of anything of our own glory or will. It's because YAHAWAHSHI through his mercy has chosen or called us, most high willing we were chosen, to be given this light, the glorious light of the good news of the gospel of YAHAWAHSHI, man. Which is what, man? Which is the whole roll, the bitter and the sweet. All the things that come with this truth. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid, neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel, but on a candlestick, and it giveth light unto all that are in the house. So you gotta have works with your faith, man. You gotta have works in the things that you believe. Let your light so shine before men. How do you do that? By going out there in the highways and hedges, by making videos and putting yourself out in the so-called public arena, and letting your work be shown, man. Letting the light that was in you, the knowledge and wisdom, understanding that was given unto you, letting it shine in the so-called public arena, what they call social media nowadays, which is what? Basically, mostly YouTube, man. Because we go out in the highways and hedges, we're out in the public arena, and we put those videos up on YouTube and social media. And brothers, throughout the week, we make videos, and we put them out on what? YouTube, social media, man. We're letting our light shine. We're not keeping it under a blanket, man. Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven. Our good works are what? We're teaching what we know. We're teaching, we're using our talent that was been given us by YAHAWAHSHI, man. With that, I want to get Matthew, the 12th chapter, starting at verse 33. It says, either make the tree good and its fruit good, or else make the tree corrupt and its fruit corrupt, for the tree is known by his fruit. So either you with it or you're not, man. Either you're gonna be 100% of this thing, and you're gonna produce works, and you're gonna have works, and you're gonna produce fruit, or you ain't gonna do nothing, man. Or just be a fucking nigger back in the world, or a stick back in the world. The scripture talking about being a lukewarm man. So basically with the Lord, once I always bring this out, but with the Lord, there's no in between, man. There's no halfway point. You either with it or you're not with it. He that with me is against me. He that not gathers with me scatters abroad, man. So the Lord showing you what's up, man. So there'll be no question in that day what was expected of you being given this truth, man. And with that, I want to get I'm gonna jump down to 35. It says, "Oh, good man, a good man, out of the good treasure of his, a good man out of the good treasure of the heart bringeth forth good things, and an evil man out of the evil treasure bringeth forth evil things." So if that light's in you, if that knowledge, wisdom, understanding is in you, then you can't help but to bring it out. You can't help but to go out there and teach. You're going to be compelled to go out there and teach, man. You're going to be compelled by the Spirit to go to make videos, man. The Spirit's going to compel you, and we have to provoke one another to good works. We got to maintain good works, like we read in Titus, the 3rd chapter, man. I'm going to go down to verse 36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give a counter of in a day of judgment. For by the words that shall be justified, and by the words shall be condemned. So we're out there putting this vibration of the scriptures. Hopefully us doing this work and the Lord seeing this and us giving our bodies as real sacrifice. We're hoping for mercy and favor from the Lord in that day, man. With that, I want to get Luke the 6th chapter. It goes along the same line with this. It says Luke 6, starting at 43, I think. And it says, For a good tree bringeth not forth corrupt fruit. So if you're in the spirit and you're sincere and you're doing this work, then your fruit's going to be good, man. The works that you do are going to be good. The things that you bring out are going to be good. The light that shines in you is gonna shine, man. The light that was in you is gonna be shining, man. But if you're not sincere, then that's gonna be known of you too. For of thorns men do not gather figs, nor a bramble bush gather they grapes. A good man out of the good treasure of his heart, of his mind, bringeth forth that which is good. So you be getting this knowledge, wisdom, understanding from the apostles and others, the great millstone, and from the men that the Most High set up in the camps, around the globe. You're gonna learn from that, man, and you're gonna bring out that which is good, because they bringing out that which is good, and they're teaching you, and they teach it to who? To like-minded men, to those that YAHAWAHSHI has called to do this work. An evil man out of the evil treasure of his heart bringeth forth that which is evil, for the abundance of the heart is mouth. But the abundance of the mind is mouth speakers, man. So if your mind's constantly in the scriptures, then you're gonna be talking about the scriptures, man. If you're invested in these scriptures, you're invested in this word, and you constantly meditate on and in this word and this truth, is something that you never stop thinking about. And brothers can testify, man. We never stop thinking about this truth, man. We never stop thinking about it. From the moment that we rise up in the morning to the time we go to sleep, and even in our dreams, man, we don't stop thinking about this truth, man. It's like when you fall in love with a beautiful woman, man, and you can't stop thinking about it. Well, this beautiful woman that is wisdom. So brother can testify, man, that we constantly, almost every second of the day, we're thinking about this truth in some way, shape, or form. With that, I want to get John, the 4th chapter. Starting at 31. It says, that it's like, starting at 34, this is YAHAWAHSHI speaking. It said, My meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his works. That was the mentality of YAHAWAHSHI, man. He was all about doing his work. He was all about doing works. So as an example to us, we have to have that same mentality of doing works and having faith, man. Say not ye that there are yet 4 months, and then come his harvest. Behold, I say unto you, lift up your eyes and look at the fields, for they are white already, ready to harvest. And he that reapeth receives wages, and gathers fruit unto life eternal, that both he that soweth and he that reapeth may rejoice together. And herein is that saying true: one soweth and another reapeth, man. So that's what the Lord's saying, man. We're gonna get a reward for our works, man. We're gonna get a reward for having faith. We're gonna get a reward for enduring the hardships, man. For bearing our cross. So that's the end goal. We're gonna get a reward for the things that we're doing, for sacrificing that what we sacrifice, and living our life for this truth. I sent you to reap wherein ye bestowed no labor. Other men labor, ye enter into their labor. So we're just continuing that which was started by the elders apostles, the great millstone in this present day and age. And if you want to go even deeper, it goes back to the reincarnation, man. Where we just standing back in our lots, doing the same work again. But this time is the last days, and the scriptures say the last days shall stand in your lot. The book of Daniel, roughly paraphrasing. We're just following the will of the Lord, and the will of the Lord is that He brings out His men before His bring judgment on the place, and He's bringing out this word on the highways and hedges all over the globe to call the elect, man, to bring in the elect, to seal the elect, man. And with that, I want to get 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. This is 1 Corinthians 15 and 58. And it says, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Most High. For as much as you know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. And that's going back to the reward that we're going to get, man. Our labor is not in vain. The steadfast faith that we have in this truth is not going to be in vain. You know, doing these videos with sincerity and being a brother and going out in the highways and hedges and sacrificing whatever we call the sacrifice to do this work. And what do we call the sacrifice? Our life, man. According to Romans, the 12th chapter, the 1st verse. You know, it's not going to be in vain, man. You know, our labor is going to get rewarded. So, you know, we all working for that penny, and we all striving to put on the elect, man. That's what we call ourselves, the hopeful elect. We're hoping to be the elect. We're hoping to be those men that the Lord has chosen from the foundations of the earth. You know, and we're hoping to make our calling and election sure. You know, and and doing this, we're seeking out our own salvation, man. I'm gonna get that real quick. This is Philippians 2 and 12. It says, wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. For it is the Most High which worketh in you both to will and to do of the good pleasure. You know, so we're doing this work because the Lord put the Spirit on us to do it. I mean, you got to have the Spirit of YAHAWAHSHI, you got to have the Spirit of YAHAWAHSHI upon you to do this work, man. He has to give you that knowledge, wisdom, understanding to do this work. You know, His Spirit it needs to be upon you because this is His word. You know, so that's what brothers in this truth are doing. We're, you know, with fear and trembling, we're trying to work out our own salvation. We're putting on it as the elect, man. And with that, I'm going to get 2 Corinthians, the 9th chapter. It's 2 Corinthians 9 and 6 says, but this I say, he that soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. Every man according as he has purpose in his heart, so let him give, not grudging nor necessity, for Yahweh loveth a cheerful giver, man. So what you put into this truth is what you're gonna get out of it, man. If you're only halfway in it, and you do it cheerily, and you don't do it willingly, then you ain't gonna be. Then that's what the Lord's gonna. The Lord's not gonna give you His full protection in that day because you half-assed with His truth. But if you do this with sincerity and to the utmost of your ability, and with whatever talent and gift that the Most High has given you, then you shall be rewarded the same, man. I'm gonna read that again. But this I say: he which soweth sparingly shall reap also sparingly, and he which soweth bountifully shall reap also bountifully. That's why we're supposed to, you know, maintain good works, man. You know, that's why we're supposed to not be weary in well doing, like it says in 2 Thessalonians. I'm gonna read that back, man. I'm gonna get that scripture real quick. So like 2 Thessalonians 3, and I think it's 13. It says but ye brethren, be not weary in well doing. So you know, we don't be weary in it. Constantly push. Be on fire with it, man. You know, don't be weary in well doing. And well doing is what? These works. And I'm gonna get Titus 2 and 6. This is Titus 2 and 6 says, young men likewise exhort to be sober minded, in all things showing thyself a pattern of good works, man. You know, so those good works that go along with our faith and doctrine, showing uncorruptness, gravity, and sincerity. Sincerity, man, is very important. Sound speech that cannot be condemned, that he that is of the contrary part may be ashamed, having no evil thing to say of you. So we're supposed to be of good report, man. You know, we're supposed to carry ourselves and conduct ourselves so that nobody can really say nothing bad about us, man. I brought this out in another video, but it's worth repeating again, man. With that, I'm going to get another scripture. This is 1 Timothy 3, and I'm going to start at 7. Yeah, it's talking about a bishop, you know, but, you know, basically it's talking about a man that's steady to doing this work. It says, moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without. So he must have a good reputation, man. So no one should be speaking evil of you, man. You're supposed to carry yourself, conduct yourself in such a manner that nobody can say nothing bad about you. Nobody can say, yeah, this motherfucker lies, or he's a liar, man, or he talks a lot of shit, or he's lazy, or he don't like to do this, or he makes excuses for that. You're supposed to conduct and carry yourself so that you get a good report, man, from of men. Says, moreover, he must have a good report of them which are without, lest he fall into reproach and the snare of the devil, man. So we're supposed to have a good conduct. We're supposed to have a good reputation about ourselves amongst each other. If you don't have one, then you gotta examine yourself, and you gotta correct yourself, and you gotta see what's wrong with you and fix it, man. Just pray to the Lord to point out your weaknesses. But basically, I'm gonna get James 4:11. Close it out. I'm gonna get a few scriptures. I'm gonna close it out. But basically, what the point I'm trying to get is that along with the faith that we have to put in work. Along with the work that we have to back it up by faith. It's a thing that goes hand in hand in this truth, in which that comes up tribulation and persecution and catching hell, man. But these are all things that we have to consider, and we have to endure. We have to be soldiers, in order to us to do this work correctly. So studying is very important. Fasting when you can is very important. Praying is very important. Being a brother, everything that the scriptures talk about, man, it should fulfill our daily life. It should fill up our thoughts. We constantly be about this, man, at all times. I'm gonna get this James 4:11, I think it is. It says, speak not evil one of another, brethren. He that speaketh evil of brother and judges brother speaketh evil of the law and judges the law. But if thou judge the law, thou art not a doer of the law, but a judge. There is one lawgiver who is able to save and to destroy. Who art thou that judgest another? Go to now, ye that say, today or tomorrow we will go into such a city, and continue the year, and buy and sell and get again. Whereas ye know not what shall be on the morrow. For what is your life? It is even a vapor that appears for a little time, and then vanishes away. For that ye ought to say, if the Lord's will, we shall live and do this and do that. But now ye rejoice, you boast in all such rejoicing is evil. Therefore to him, that's the point I'm trying to get right here. Therefore to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, it is a sin to him. So if you know this truth, man, and you know what you're supposed to do, and you're compelled to do this work and to go on the highways and hedges and to make these videos, and you don't do it not, man, then it's a sin unto you, man. I'm going to read that back. Therefore, to him that knoweth to do good and doeth it not, to him it is a sin. And that goes with, how you treat your brother, and how you conduct yourself in your daily life, and how you push his word, man. You've been taught what to do. You've been told what to do and how to do it. You're told to do good. You know to do good. And if you don't do it, man, if you don't act upon it, if you don't be about your father's business, then the scriptures say that's sin, man. That's sin. With that, I'm going to get 1 John 3:18. I'm going to close it out on that. John 3:18. It says, my little children, let us not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and truth. So it's works and faith, man. Because we believe in the truth. And hereby we know that we are of the truth, and shall assure our hearts before him. For if our heart condemn us, Yahawah is greater than our heart and knoweth all things. So I'm going to go back to verse 18. It says, my little children, but let us not love in word, neither in tongue. So you just can't be talking about, what you believe in. You also got to be about it, man. But in deed and truth. There's not love in word, neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. That's faith with works, man. That's works was backed up by your faith. That's faith backed up by your works. And that was just a quick lesson, man. Most High willing, I hope it was edifying. And I want to say Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah YAHAWAHSHI, Shalom.